Fun with magnets. Imagine if you wake up one day and find that you have the ability to attract things towards yourself. Wouldn't it be fun? Do you know that there is a material in this world which attracts iron objects towards itself? It is called a magnet. History of magnet. A long time ago in Greece, in a place called Magnesia, a shepherd was herding his sheep. His name was Magnus. He was wearing thick boots having iron nails on them. He also carried a wooden stick having a metal tip. When he reached to a large black rock, he found that he couldn't move as his boots and his staff got stuck to the rock. He got curious about this phenomenon. He dug up the earth to find the black rock which stuck iron things to it. It is believed that because of Magnus of Magnesia, the rock is called magnetite. Some people believe that the Chinese also knew about the properties of magnetite around the same time, almost 4,000 years ago. They knew about a hill near river Indus which contained a stone that could attract iron. They also discovered that a needle made of magnetite, when floated on water, always pointed in the north-south direction. It was used to guide the sailors and travelers. Therefore, magnetite was also called lodestone. Lode means lead. The pieces of magnetite were called magnets. Magnetic and non-magnetic materials. The materials which are attracted by magnets are called magnetic materials. Iron, cobalt and nickel are some examples of magnetic materials. Those materials which are not attracted by magnets are called non-magnetic materials. Wood, eraser and copper are some examples of non-magnetic materials. Let us find out which objects around us are magnetic and which are non-magnetic. Natural and human-made magnets. The magnets that are made from lodestone are called natural magnets. It was discovered that magnetic substances could also be converted into magnets. Such magnets are called human-made magnets. They can be temporary or permanent depending on the method used. Temporary magnets attract magnetic materials only for some time, whereas permanent magnets always remain magnetic. Even if they break into two or more parts, each part acts as a magnet. Magnets can be of many shapes, example, a bar magnet, a horseshoe magnet, a cylindrical or disc-shaped magnet and more. Only magnetic substances such as iron, cobalt and nickel can be turned into magnets. They can be converted physically by single touch or double touch methods. Electricity is also used to make magnets sometimes. The process of changing a magnetic substance into a magnet is called magnetization. Can any piece of iron be converted into a magnet? Does turning into a magnet change the appearance of a needle? Place two more needles along with the magnetic needle. You will find that you can't identify the magnetic needle just by looking at it. Magnets can have different powers. Some of the magnets are so powerful that they are used to lift cars from the site of accident and also used for lifting heavy metal pipes from one place to another. Can you guess whether these metal pipes are made up of magnetic or non-magnetic materials? Magnetism and magnetic field. The ability or property of magnets to attract or repel magnetic materials is called magnetism. The area around a magnet in which the effect of magnet can be experienced is called magnetic field. Magnets can either pull or push objects that enter their magnetic field. When an iron object is placed outside the magnetic field, it is not pulled or pushed by the magnet, and it appears that the magnet is not working. The effect of magnet works through air, water, and even through some solid things. Properties of magnets. Number 1. Magnets exert their influence through various materials. An object very near to the magnet experiences more force as compared to an object kept a little away. For example, the closer you bring a paper clip to a magnet, the more you will feel the pull of the magnet. Number 2, magnets exert more magnetic force at the ends as compared to the middle. The ends of magnets show more magnetic force and are called poles of a magnet. Number 3, a magnet always comes to rest in north-south direction. The pole of a magnet which always points to the north direction is called north pole, and the pole which points towards the south direction is called south pole. It has been found that the core of the earth also acts as a giant magnet having two poles. This is the reason why a freely suspended magnet always rests in north-south direction. This property of magnets is used by people to find the direction in a jungle or desert. A small piece of magnet or needle is allowed to rotate freely inside a small circular box. Since it is a magnet, it comes to rest only in north-south direction. The end pointing in north direction is painted red or with some other color to distinguish it from south. This device is called a compass. Number 4. Like poles repel and unlike poles attract each other. If you take two bar magnets and keep them on a table end to end, you will find that either the two magnets will stick to each other with a lot of force, or it will be difficult to bring them together so that they touch each other. This is because the south pole of one magnet repels the south pole of the other magnet. We find that like poles repel each other. On the other hand, south pole of one magnet strongly attracts the north pole of the other magnet. We find that unlike poles attract each other. Number 5. Magnetic poles always exist in pairs. As studied earlier, each magnet has two poles, N pole and S pole. If a bar magnet is broken, each piece behaves as a complete magnet. That is, the broken end becomes the other pole itself. If these pieces are broken again, each small piece acts as a complete magnet with two poles. This shows that poles of a magnet always exist in pairs. Uses of magnets. Magnets are used for a variety of things these days. Take a paper clip to the refrigerator. Find out the areas of refrigerator where this clip gets stuck. You will find that the edges of the door contain magnet inside them. This is why the door of the refrigerator closes on its own. You might have seen similar magnets on the doors of almirahs as well. Televisions, chess, computers, music systems, watches, magnetic buttons in dresses, and carry bags all contain magnets of same or the other shape. Magnets are also used to make self-closing pencil boxes, pin holders, and more. Magnetic strips are used in credit cards and ATM cards that store information. Magnets are used in storage devices such as hard disks. Magnets are used in medical diagnosis such as MRI, magnetic resonance image. Maglev trains. Maglev trains have no wheels. The trains are pulled by magnetic force acting on the rails. These trains can move at very high speeds. Preserving magnets. There are some things which must be kept in mind while playing with magnets. Magnets should never be kept near the electronic items as they affect the magnetic field present in electronic items and disrupt their working. The magnet should never be beaten or dropped from height. This destroys their magnetic property. Never heat or hammer a magnet. On heating, a magnet loses its magnetic property and becomes demagnetized. The phenomenon due to which a magnet loses its magnetism is called demagnetization. While storing, bar magnets should be kept in pairs in a wooden box with their opposite ends on one side and a wooden block between them. Bars of soft iron should be used to join the ends together. These bars are called magnetic keepers. This ensures that the magnetism of the magnets does not get disrupted. An iron bar should be kept across ends of a horseshoe magnet. Signs in the vicinity. You have always seen decorative plates stick on refrigerator or steel almirah. These have circular magnets at their back. Magnet is a material which is attracted by iron material, or magnet attracts iron pieces. There are various shapes of magnets. Simple rectangular magnet is called bar magnet. It has two poles, south and north pole. If you keep a magnet near fire or hammer it hard, it will lose its magnetic property. Although magnets have been used in various diagnostic devices in the health sector and as therapeutic tools, magnets are potentially harmful to the body and pose increased risk of accident.